I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners. You will be surprised why Matthew was called by Jesus to become his apostle. Remember, Matthew is a tax collector, meaning he collected taxes not only for the authorities but also for himself. Could imagine why this Matthew, not the others? Because Jesus sees what is in the heart. Not the physical appearance, not the abilities, but what is there in the heart of Matthew that can become an asset, especially in his future ministry. So the calling of Matthew started with an experience of Jesus. Jesus saw Matthew in the post, and Jesus called Matthew in spite of his background as a tax collector. And Matthew responded to the call of Jesus. So our calling starts with an experience of Jesus. Like St. Paul in the road to Damascus. St. Paul was a persecutor of the Christians, an enemy to the Christians. But when he experienced Paul, it was a conversion that instead of persecuting Christians, then became a defender of the Christians, the apostle for the Gentiles. So Matthew is an apostle to the Jewish people. Then what happened to Matthew? When he was called by Jesus, he volunteered to have a meal with Jesus, and he invited the tax collectors to be with Jesus, to be near to Jesus, and to be converted to Jesus. That's the role of Matthew, not only for himself, but for others, leading others towards Jesus. So my dear seminarians, especially those who will be installed as lectors and commentators, not only reading the scriptures, but meditating, studying, and own the message of what you are reading, so that you may be able to experience that these written words can become an experience of Jesus. So, my dear friends, as we reflect deeply, especially in this person of Matthew, when Matthew became a disciple of Jesus, you could imagine living with the other disciples with different backgrounds, personalities. He's pro-Roman, and then others are also pro-Jews. There was a commotion there with the disciples. But what binds them together is their experience of Jesus. They followed Jesus in spite of who will be their colleagues. The common vision is to follow Jesus. In the seminary, you are called by God to become priests or brothers in the future. But remember, we have different personalities. There are conflicts, disagreement among the members of the community. But like Matthew, the calling is there. Then and only then we can say that when God calls us, He will equip us with the necessary blessing that we need. Matthew, a pro-Roman, became an apostle of Jesus, which is the Jewish people. So in his gospel, he tried to portray about Jesus by quoting Old Testament books, so that people will be convinced that this is the Jesus, the Messiah, that they're trying to preach, not only in his words, but also in his writings and in his life. So we live as disciples of Jesus because we want to follow him in a closer way.